Mustafa, distinction in the world in CIE Mathematics. What was your first reaction?
First, I didn't believe it.
To whom do you credit your success?
Obviously, my teachers, my parents.
Were there any special efforts you made as
The
parents?
school environment has really put them into this healthy competition.
Of course, yes, I have beyond did a lot.
And that was, I would always give credit to school, not only the academic but extracurricular also. School plays a very, very major role. They take us to another level.
How did your school environment any specific resources or support systems?
Such great people around me.
I want to again give credit to the school.
Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to this very special episode of the HHS podcast. Today, we have the privilege of celebrating an extraordinary achievement, one that has brought immense pride to our school community. We are joined by a remarkable student, Mustafa, who has earned the prestigious distinction in the world in CIE Mathematics awarded by Cambridge. This is a truly outstanding accomplishment that reflects dedication, perseverance, and a deep love for learning. But behind every success story, there's a journey, one filled with challenges, strategies, support, and inspiration. Today, we will get an exclusive insight into how this young achiever prepared for this feat, the role of his family and school in his success, and the habits that set him apart. We'll hear some valuable advice for other students who aspire to reach similar heights. Joining us in this conversation, have his proud parents who have been a part of his journey every step of the way. Together, we will explore the mindset, study techniques, and determination that made this global recognition possible. So, without further ado, let's welcome our distinguished achiever and his family to the podcast. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for inviting us.
Mustafa, congratulations on your incredible achievement. What was your first reaction when you found out that you had received a distinction in the world?
Well, first, I didn't believe it when Miss Sana first messaged me. I wasn't really sure if it really was a distinction. So I messaged her back to make sure there was really a distinction. Um, yeah, when I first received the message, I kind of jumped out of my bed out of excitement. But at the same time, I didn't really think it was really a distinction. I thought it was something else because I wasn't really sure what the Cambridge Leaders Award meant exactly. And there's what it said. So I thought it wasn't a distinction or something else, maybe some honorable mention type of thing. Um, but then I made sure that, and then I asked them what it was exactly, and then they confirmed, Miss Amara, Miss Sana, both of them, they confirmed there was actually a distinction. Um, so yeah, at first I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I actually even messaged my friends that I actually voice messaged them to give me a minute because I couldn't process what I just learned. So that was my initial reaction.
To whom do you credit your success and how did they support you in this journey?
Well, obviously, firstly to Allah, because without His will, I wouldn't have been able to achieve what I achieved. So obviously, firstly to Him, and then obviously my teachers, my parents, Miss Sana, my mentor, all of them, all of the combined efforts contributed to this achievement. So it wasn't just one person's hard work; it was actually a joint effort from a lot of people. Um, so I credit to all of them. A big credits to my teachers, Wakas Kaim, especially because he made math extremely easy to understand. He made all the concepts very easy to understand. I think it comes from his personal um, understanding of the subject because I think he is very, very um, well versed with mathematics. And so when you're so able at one subject and then you're able to transfer that knowledge to your students, I think that makes you a very, very good teacher. So a lot of credits to him as well. And then my mother for motivating me, and then Miss Sana for also motivating me. There's credits to all of them.
What advice would you give to other students who want to achieve excellence in maths?
Well, with math in particular, um, everyone knows that you need a lot of practice. Math is practice. So I guess just practice math from day one. Don't rely on small bursts of motivation where where you're cramping a lot of topics or chapters just before the exam, but rather start from day one. Try to pass papers, and then once you're familiar with all the chapters, try and then take on yearly past papers. and then try and complete those past papers without any time bounds. Try and complete those past papers without a time limit. And then once you're sure that you can take on any type of questions you need, then you can time yourself. 2 hour 30 minutes. You can time yourself. But in the beginning, just practice with no time limits. That is my advice for math in particular.
Dr. Rahila and Mr. Akhtar, once again, Mr. Kashif, once again, a huge congratulations on your son's achievement.
Thank you.
What role did you play in supporting your child's academic journey? Were there any special efforts you made as parents?
Well, I try to motivate him since day one. I try to motivate all my kids, and like I noticed that like in math, he was really good since day one, and mm, I think for academic, I think their mother was more into that. I was more helping him in sports and other activities, but like she has a background of education, so like she was motivating him or like trying to help more into education.
Would you like to add anything?
Yeah, so he was there always to support me. Like whatever decisions I'm taking, he was standing by it because I was the one to take decisions when it comes to all the academics of the kids. And what I did was like what we did together was, maybe that was the culture of the, home that you have, that you give to your kids discipline, and then you're inculcating in them value about education, about respecting their teachers, and about being dedicated to whatever is there for them to do. Like dedication is something very important. So this is altogether is obviously motivation. So that was always there from home, and I have always tried to put them into very healthy competition with, within any environment, and I have always there been with them to support them and encourage them to take part in whatever is coming from the school, like if there are any international competitions or national competitions or school competitions. So I have always been behind them to motivate them to participate even if they're not winning, but that would give them a lot of courage. And Mustafa in past has been an international competition in math as well. That was a rural competition from HHS. It was HHS was the platform. And yes, if they used to bring medals and certificates, I used to feel really proud. I used to feel their photos. And if they never used to bring anything, even then I used to encourage them that the basic spirit is that you have participated. And that's the basic thing. And then, the choice of the schooling system that you make for your kids is one very, very important decision that I think parents should be very careful about. That where are they placing their kid, in what hands, who are going to be their teachers, their mentors, because the inspiration would definitely, at home you can motivate. I motivate your kids, and I'm a very busy mother. So basically, this environment, this school environment, has really put them into this healthy competition, the spirit of learning, and the culture that was there in the school that focused on not only the academic but extracurricular also. That also helped them to become more holistic learners, and on their own. That then they, once you put them into the right system, they would move on their own. We just have to place into the right system. I think this is what, fortunately, we were able to make a good decision at home today.
Thanks. How do you think the school's approach to learning and academic excellence contributed to your child's achievement?
Uh, I would say 100%. Yeah, school plays a very, very major role. As I said earlier, that it's a very big decision and a very important decision. And when I put them into this school, it was not just by chance, but it was rather a very well calculated and researched decision, because I really wanted to put them into a system where they come into a very healthy environment of learning and very healthy environment of moving forward with very healthy competition. So I knew that I'm putting them into a system where they're going to have good discipline and a very good environment to learn. And that was, I would always give credit to school, not only the academic but extracurricular also. Like when Mustafa went to his college, Mustafa and Ali, my two sons, they went to the college for admission. They in the initial round only they got 90% and 70% scholarship. Now they have 100%, but at that time results were not out. And I asked the admin of the college that why they have received so high scholarships, and they said that's only because of their extracurricular and interview that they have given over there. So I would say that was not me, that was the school. I am such a busy that I would say again, but I put them into the right track.
Mm. So, did you observe any key teaching strategies or mentorship from the school that helped your child grow in maths?
Okay, one thing I've noticed, like many schools in Karachi, like they focus on kids' appearance, their shoes, and their punctuality and all that. They don't focus on the education, like what the kid is learning. In Happy Home, that's totally opposite. Our main focus is education, and that's what I like about this place. And again, it's really a difficult thing for me to tell, like whether uh, in math, especially in math, like what school did or not. But like him being a smart student in math, so like I think he adapt very easily. And as he was saying that like his mentor helped him a lot. So like it's of course it's Happy Home did a lot in his education. So
I would also want to add over here another credit to school because when they used to take their exams or mates or whatever test at the school. So one thing I always make sure is that okay, they're studying. I don't go after them all the time, but I always make sure that have you admit your preparations are done for tomorrow or not. And whenever I used to come for results at the school, and let's say they call me an Asian mother, so I used to tell them that why have you just achieved 95% and not 100%? Like this is what Asian mothers are all about. And they used to say, Mama, because HHS school system gives us even tougher exams than what CIE is going to offer us. They take us to another level. So obviously in CIE we are going to do even better because here they are giving us very high level achievement they want us to make. So that is and that was a push. I knew that that is a very good push because they should be taken to another level in order for them to achieve the scores that they have scored in CIE, Alhamdulillah, straight A stars and then world distinction and yes.
Coming back to you, Mustafa, how did your school environment contribute to your success in maths? Were there any specific resources or support system that helped you succeed?
Um, no, I think it really just all schools in Karachi, especially or all over Pakistan. I don't think they really are any different from each other in terms of their classrooms, right? Because you've got one big whiteboard and then a couple of desks that the students sit on. So it's not really the classrooms themselves that are very different, but I think it's the teachers and then the people that are here. So I think the teachers play a major role, and then your mentors, the heads of your section heads, and your principals. I think they play a very big role in making sure that you do well. And then obviously there were some specific scenarios for me where I had very good friends who are good at studies themselves. So I was able to study with them. So this I think was fortunate for me to have such great people around me for to be able to achieve what I achieved. So I think that was basically why I was basically what Happy Home provided me in terms of environment. So good people.
One very important thing that people usually think that schools and many people have asked me that which coaching center Mustafa was going to or what tuitions was he taking. So I just want to again give credit to the school because I really tried to send him to some coaching centers thinking that the culture in the city is that no, you have to go to the coaching centers, but both of my sons, because they were twins and same class, they resisted. And the reason they gave me was that we are very happy with the math teacher and mama, we really don't need any coaching center. So I was a bit skeptical, but then I said, okay, but then you have to give me good results. I don't want to, regret later on about you not going. So I am just trying to, I was myself unsure that whether it's going to work or not, but then it has worked, and this is an example. If you really have good environment, good teachers, good mentors, you really don't need to go to coaching centers and spend your money and time over there, because they told me, Mama, we are going to spend that time in our studying because we have wonderful teachers, so don't send us to coaching centers. So this credit again goes to the school.
Yeah. Continuing with that, what role was played by the math teacher in shaping your understanding and love for maths? Any particular teaching method or guidance that stood out?
I mean, as I've mentioned already earlier, he was is a very good teacher, Sabwa class Kaim, because as I said, he's not only very good at math himself, he's very good at transferring that knowledge to his students. So he makes sure that you understand everything to the minute details. That's very good of him. So I think there is his special quality. And then obviously, apart from that, he got us started with topical past papers from day one of class 11. So lots of credit to him for that. And then he got us to do yearlies towards I think after midterms, we started doing yearly papers as well. So he guided us throughout the entire process from day one. He told us to do topicals and then move on to yearlies, made sure that we were, already very good with one chapter before we moved on to the next.
So I'm curious, what was a typical study day like for you? How did you balance schoolwork, practice, and relaxation?
Um, well, I didn't have to try so hard to balance everything because as I said, I didn't really try and cram everything to a point where I have to balance stuff and try and make time try take time out for studies and everything. I started from day one in grade 11. Grade 10 I wasn't really that into studying and making sure I was disciplined. But when I came into grade 11, I made sure that I started from day one. Um, so towards the end, I didn't really have to balance things. I just went to the gym, got home, studied. That's basically what I did. Yeah.
Okay. So apart from studying, were there any habits such as exercise, meditation, or time management techniques that helped you stay focused and motivated?
Um, in terms of being motivated, I'm very against the idea of motivation because I don't believe motivation can take you a long way. I think it's discipline that's going to take you a long way. In terms of exercise, as I mentioned, I would go to the gym regularly. I think the gym helps mental clarity. It helps you. It helps your mental health. I believe that. Um, so yeah, basically that. Yeah.
How did you handle distractions and maintain concentration during study sessions?
Um, I just put your phone away. I think your phone's the biggest distractor. Um, I read in Atomic Habits by James Clear, a book. He speaks about he speaks on multiple things. One of them is eliminating distractions, and he goes to uh, big extremes where he'll give you an example such as if you're addicted to a TV, if you watch a TV show very regularly, or if you have multiple TV shows that you watch regularly, what he mentioned in his book was he would recommend that you throw away the remote, and then you take the TV off the mount or the wall, and then you put it in a cupboard, and you give the keys to someone else. So there's one extreme, but if you take that path, I think you will be able to eliminate distractions to the best of your abilities. And obviously, it's your own mindset, your own your self your self motivation to understand that you have to do well and not to get distraction, not to let distractions come in your way.
So, what are some common mistakes students make while preparing for exams, and how can they be avoided?
Common mistakes. I've heard multiple times, because obviously these exams, final exams, CIEs, they come close to Ramadan. So I've heard there are a lot of students they skip their fasts, which I would not recommend because obviously, for the sake of studying, you're missing something that's obligatory. So I would not recommend that. People they skip students they skip fast. So I wouldn't really recommend that. As far as studying for exams, I don't think there's any one way to do it. There are multiple ways. Just with math in particular, as I said, just practice with other subjects. There's study techniques such as um, I don't remember the exact name, but where you'll revise something at fixed time intervals. So you revise a chapter every 7 days. So you don't so not forgetting it. And once you've revised it 3 or 4 times, subjects other than math, then you won't really forget a concept. So I think that is one strategy.
Did you have any unique study techniques such as self quizzing, group discussions, or visualization that helped you? Would you recommend those to others?
Yes. Well, as I mentioned earlier, I was fortunate to have good friends. So I think it is very important that if you've got good friends that are also good at studies and are responsible and disciplined, you won't always be disciplined. But when you've got other people that are also trying to achieve what you're trying to achieve, and when you study together, I think that's very very powerful. Uh, so you don't necessarily have to go to the house or gather physically somewhere. You can just hop on a call on Discord or just WhatsApp, or and then you can take it from there. You can study together. a concept that you're weak at, your friend might be good at, and then a concept that he's weak at, you might be good at that concept, and then you can help each other out. So I think that is a very good technique to help each other out. I would really recommend that, because study techniques, you won't ever implement them if you've not got, uh, you know, um, a partner with you, right? Someone that makes sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do. So your good friends will make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do, and they help you out in studies as well.
I'll have to guess. So, now we're joined by Mustafa's twin brother, Muhammad Ali. How did you see your brother preparing for his exam? Were there any habits or routine that inspired you?
Um, we just studied together for all of this, the both of us and some of our friends. So yeah, we just did a lot of practice. A lot of practice. We didn't slack off too much. Um, and yeah, we just try our best to complete a few papers a few days. So that we were well prepared before the exam. And yeah, it's a lot of practice. And when it comes to inspiration, I wouldn't say he inspired me. He kind of probably it was a little bit of competition between us, so it motivated me to do better. Um, and yeah, because of the healthy competition, both of us were able to do well, and obviously he did a little bit better than me, and hence the distinction. Yeah.
Dr. Rahila, would you like to share some parenting tips?
Yeah. Every parent tries, his or her best to, take care of their kids and, have the best environment that they can provide to the kids. But one thing very important that we have in today's, very difficult and complex situation that we have in the country and outside the global situation about what is happening to the generation is that you cannot be a very, very strict parent where the child goes into frustration and suffocation, because that is something you cannot do now. World is more liberal. Gen Zs are not that somebody who can be controlled. But even then, you should have your subtle ways to watch your kids, what your kids are doing. You should have your eyes on your kids, where they are going, how much money, if you are giving to them pocket money, where is it going, how is it being spent. It doesn't mean that you have to open a cash register every day and ask them, but very in a very subtle way, you should be aware of what is happening, because nowadays things are very, difficult outside for parents. Very different environment from inside the homes and outside the home. So, also what are they doing on their mobile phones? So when I made them independent or users of their own mobile phone, when I gifted them their own phones. In fact, that dad brought it for them. So I made one rule. So you should have small rules at home, which are not very difficult, but which are the rules of the family. And that rule was, which I'm still following, although they are 17 year old now, is that no passwords which are personal. The password would be something that if ever I would be able to go and see your phone, I would be able to use it. It doesn't mean that I'm always there, sneaking into their phones and seeing what they're doing. I have never done that, but I can do that. Yeah, but I can do that. So I never felt like I should be doing it. But, these are some rules that you should set at home, and those should be there. Like the rules can be, okay, it's good you're spending time with friends and you're playing, but then results, I want good ones. You're using mobile phones, I want good results. I want your namaz, I want your fast, everything done. And I don't want you to the rules about respect for elders, your own self, your siblings and everybody. And one important rule also was, they were studying, but then I never told them that you should be away from doing things at home, helping me out. They even make feeder for my little baby, who is their little sister. Yes, so they are also helping me out in kitchen. Sometimes they're making their own breakfast and also meals for their it is like evening tea is usually something that I always ask Ali or Mustafa to make for me, because I'm so tired and I come home and I tell them, okay, I'm coming, just keep my tea prepared. So, involve them into the family, involve them into the system. They should not be somebody inside their rooms. They have their own rooms, but even then, they should not be someone who are isolated in their rooms and they have a word inside that room. No, it should be something they should be coming and intermingling with the family. So our meal times are time when we sit and we talk about different things that are happening, the small rules that we have in the family, and nothing strict about it. But we know that those are the rules and you have to follow those. तो छोटी छोटी चीजें and a very important message. I don't look very religious, but I believe that we should be very much grounded and we should be very much careful about inculcating and promoting religious values in our children in one way or the other. And one thing I like about Happy Home is, and I tell everybody, see, my sons always used to offer their Zohar prayer and then they used to come home. And this is where they started to offer 5 times a day, mashallah. They learned it from this school. Culture was there at home. I tried to maintain a culture, not that much because I'm not at home, but yes, they are. And now they're inculcating this habit in their own younger brother, Mikhail, who is also at Happy Home. So whenever they're going to masjid, they take Mikhail with them. And Ali is very strict with Mikhail if Mikhail is being lazy with namaz. So, religious values are very important, and systems that you identify for your kids should be ones that also inculcate in them and promote in them cultural, not only cultural, religious value. Getting away from religion means getting away from all the morals and ethics that are there. So that is few things that very important for parents to Deen and Dunya both.
Mr. Kashif, as a father of two intelligent teenage boys, do you have any advice for other fathers out there?
Yeah, one thing I would like to say that don't try to be a strict parents. Don't try to be a strict parent. Sorry. So every parent should know that try to treat your kids as a friend. Once they know that your father is your friend, they will share anything. If the what happens with kids, they have some kind of problem, if they're in some kind of trouble, they try to talk to their friends and try to get advice from them and what to do, what not to do. So sometimes you don't get good advice, since yeah, they will try to give you good advice, but they are a teenager. They think at the moment they are giving you the right advice, but they might not know, they don't have that kind of experience. But parents, they do have experience, they know, they've been in that situations probably. So so if the kid, of course there is a boundary between parents and kids, their kids. But again, if they are confident enough to talk to their parents, anything, what's going on in their life, whether it's good or bad, they can share with them. And I think that's a big difference I've learned my from my father as well, because he used to do the same thing. He used to motivate me, and always used to tell me anything I want to share, I can share with him. So that's one thing.
And he's really like a friend more than a father. Yeah. So they are playing and watching cricket matches together. And so many.
As we come to the end of this inspiring conversation, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Muhammad Mustafa, Dr. Rahila, and Mr. Kashif for sharing their experiences, challenges, and success with us today. Your journey has been truly motivating, and we are proud to celebrate this incredible achievement with you. A huge shout out to our school as well for fostering an environment that encourages academic excellence, curiosity, and perseverance. The guidance of our teachers, the support of our peers, and the opportunities provided by our school play a crucial role in shaping young minds and helping students reach their full potential. To all our listeners, we hope this discussion has left you inspired and encouraged you to aim high, work hard, and believe in your abilities. If you enjoyed this episode, do share it with others and continue supporting the incredible journeys of students around you. Thank you for tuning in. This is Amna Suhail signing off from the HHS podcast. Until next time, keep learning, keep striving, and keep believing in yourself. Take care.